these come from? If you haven't, I'd say it's time you begun for the holiday.
Oh, my little hermanita and Divian. Hello, my little boo-boos. Welcome. So today, because I have a lot of boots to make, you guys all see that tutorial on my little witch's boots? So we have a lot of these to make. So today we are going to make another one of these. Hey Dana, hey boo-boo. So we're going to make another one of these, and I'm just going to explain again, going through it. So in case you guys have any questions and any steps, you guys will be able to ask it now. Hey, boo-boo. My little sexton. But I'm actually excited because the one that I'm going to be making today, we are going to make it into a Jack Skellington one. Because the person that I'm going to give this to is a Jack Skellington lover, just like I am. So what I was thinking, because I already have it all cut out already. I didn't want to have to sit through the whole cutting process. So we're gonna go ahead. Hold on, let me move this out of the way. So we're gonna go ahead and make this one. So I'm gonna use this little bone one as the Jack Skellington. Hey Lizzie, hey Bobo, welcome. So we're gonna be making this little bad boy. So. Hey, we have Grandma Joe in the house. And my little happy mail stamper. Hello. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around. And we're going to just be facing my desk. And then we're going to get down and dirty, boo-boos. Is that my BFFFF for Honda? Hey, boo-boos. All right, so let's turn the camera. I'm still here, guys. I just didn't want to give you vertigo. So let's see if this will work. So, all right. So let's kind of bring this down a little bit so you guys could see what I'm doing. So, because we're going to be crafting, guys, please excuse the whole mess on my desk, but I have everything laid out right here so that we can go ahead and just be at arm's reach. So I brought out a lot of stuff. Remember I tell you guys that bring out all your goodies, and some you might use and some you might not. So we're going to go ahead and work on this one. And I am going to try to keep up with the messages. Hello, East Coast Diva. Hey, boo-boo. And Naomi. Hello, boo-boo. So you guys that are just coming in, we're going to go ahead and make another one of those little boots that we made on our tutorial yesterday. And I'm going to try to get as much done within that hour as possible. Look, this is a paper. My thing is lagging. So this is a paper that we are going to go ahead and use for some of like the bow that I'm going to make. It was kind of the closest one that I would have to the material of like Jack Skellington, the stripes and all that. I mean, I know they're pretty thick, but it'll do. You guys have all seen my little paper. I don't know if I'm going to use that paper though. I know for sure I'm going to basically use that pinstripe one. So now what I'm going to do is I have the strips cut. Do I? I do not have them cut. I just cut them this way. So we're going to go ahead and cut these little bad boys down. So you need 3 strips, and the 3 strips are the ones, let me just make sure that they are not cut. No, they're not. The 3 strips are the ones that are going to go along the edge side of this little box so that we could go ahead and put it together. So the first one we are going to be cutting. You know, it's so funny because this my end right here where I'm trying to see the live, it's kind of lagging. All right, so one of the strips, all the strips are cut down to 2.5, but one of the strips we're going to go ahead and cut it down to 8 3/4. Okay, and then another one we are going to cut it down to 10.5. And then the next one we will cut it at 9 1/4. So the 8 3/4, we're going to go ahead and score this little bad boy. So I'm going to go ahead and score him at 1/2 inch on the portrait side. So we're going to go ahead and score him at 1/2 inch if we could. This paper is 110 pound. It's a Recollections one that was purchased at Michael's. And it's pretty thick. So when you're scoring it, be careful because it does have sometimes a chance of going off to the next line. And then this one, you want to go ahead and score it at 3/8 of an inch. And this is that one that we had to redo in the video because I forgot to score it. And then we're going to set this aside. This one would basically be like strip 1, the front strip. This is going to be the strip that's going to go right here. That little 3/8 of an inch that you just scored, that's going to be this little square point that I did. So the next one, we're going to go ahead and do the 9 1/4. And again, we're going to have to score that at 1/2 inch. And at 2 inches. Look at me explain to you like if you guys are doing it right with me. You guys should be doing it right with me. You guys all should be grabbing your scoreboards and some construction papers and let's start scoring. And then on this one, we're going to go ahead and score it at 7.5. And then at 9. So that gives us that little quarter tab. This little quarter tab right here is going to be the one that we're going to glue onto the next tab so that it just continues. And the last one, this one's going to have a little bit more scores, so that's why I left this one last. Well, he's going off to the side right here. See, that's what I'm telling you. Hold on. Damn you, paper. That's why I hate scoring this 110 pound paper, because sometimes it's so hard. It's so thick and you really have to push down, but sometimes if you push down and it rides over to the next little rail, that's it, you're done. So then on the landscape, we're going to go ahead and do it at the 3/8 of an inch, right? So if you guys don't know which one is the 3/8 of an inch, it's that little notch right before the half. So we're going to go ahead and score it there, and then we are going to score it at 1 3/8 of an inch, then 2 3/8, then we're going to go ahead and go to 3 3/4 of an inch, and then we are going to do a jump over to 6 1/4. Because this is going to be the bottom part of our boot. It's going to be this little long part down here. So now we're going to score this at 6 1/4. 7, 3 4/4, and then 8, 3 4/4. Then we're going to go ahead and leave this part. This part was a part that we cut off a little bit once I did it on the hill. If you guys watch the video, you guys will totally know what I'm talking about. Oh, here comes a fun part. I'm going to go ahead and mark these guys every 1/2 inch, and that's so that we can make tabs and we could go ahead and it'll be easier for us to glue it. Like when you're actually curving, it'll be so much easier. You already have cutouts, Tammy? Look at you. Yeah, so if you guys saw the video, I hope you guys went over to the Facebook for those of you guys. And you could get like the little instructions and all that stuff. So all I'm doing is I'm just marking with my pencil, more or less kind of like where it is. And it's about a ½ inch apart that I'm doing this. And these are all going to be like little tabs. Lots of little. Mm-hmm. Oh, damn. That's right. You did do the file. I was supposed to trace that thing, huh? Jesse. It's because I got home and then I started getting everything ready over here. I wanted to kind of have everything offhand. This is the part that takes the longest. And, well, I'm not going to cut that one. Then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing to this little bad boy. I'm pretty sure it's hard for you guys to see this paper because it's black, right? I've been making so many of these little witches boots because I'm giving them out to family members and a few really close friends. And so I could do this with my eyes closed now. Oh, you could see the pencil marks? Cool. I know, that's why I like using the pencil on the on these little bad boys. Alright, so let's go ahead and start cutting these. So I'm just gonna make tabs, that's all you're gonna do. I'm gonna cut everything kind of in an angle. And then right here I'm gonna do like triangles. On all the scores. I'm so out of the loop, you guys, and your guys' conversation. I'm so sorry. But it's because we are doing this little bad boy right here. So this little tab right here, I'm just leaving it like this so that we can go ahead and use this tab to attach to the next one, the next strip. We have a lot of cutting to do. Damn, I didn't realize this. Maybe I should have had this part already done. Tammy, get over here and start helping me. Come on. Why, hermanita? Why is your head pounding like? What is going on? Alright, so how many of you guys are going to try to make one of these little witches boots? Not try, but how many of you are going to make one of these, I should say? I know you guys think they're cute, so. Oh no. Is that what you take the Motrins for? You should take a Motrin, Bobo. I hate having headaches. Oh my god. Damn. I thought this was a lot of cutting. The next one is like insane. But a lot of you guys are so used to fussy cutting, so, you know, this is kind of like an easy little cut. All right, so let me read what you guys are saying right here. Girl, yes, you are talented like that. Everybody is talented. Come on, Bobo. Anybody could make these. I actually made it to be really easy. And I'm telling you guys right now, if I was able to create this in my little pea brain, then I know you guys would be able to do this. I have faith. And also, like, my little Tammy just went and turned it into an SVG file. Hey. Alright. After we cut these little bad boys, I mean, we're just gonna put this little guy together. This part is the one that I'm telling you guys, it takes like forever. You guys didn't realize how long it takes, huh, Bobos? Because I speed up those videos on my tutorials and it was still an hour. That was insane. That's why Tammy was like, I'm gonna feed it in my machine. But it's not that bad. Oh my god, you guys are so funny. I had already thought about that. About the Santa's one too. Because I'm like, it's almost the same as this one. Except, obviously, the point of the shoe is going to be different. And obviously, it's not going to have a heel. So yeah, I was thinking about that one. But I definitely am going to do a ghost one. And I was also thinking today, because you guys know that I love to mess around with lights and stuff. So I want to make a little haunted house one. And I want to actually have little lights on the windows so that when they press the little button, they could go ahead and turn on. You guys are going to flip. I want to see you do that one on the SVG file too, my love, because we got to get our cutting machine communities too. Yes, I did say little pea brain. I have a little pea brain. I'm telling you, if I could do it, you could do it. Everybody could do it. Oh, we are almost there. So when I was making a lot of these, well, a few of these, I just kind of did them like a little assembly style, like I always say, is I'll do all of the scoring and then I do all of the cutting, and then, you know, that's the way we go. All right, let's put this little bad boy together because we need to put him together. Okay, so I think I'm going to do this one as my front. So getting the front strip, and we know this is the front strip because it is the only strip that has the one score, which is that little 3/8 of an inch, which will end up being your little point right here. So just go ahead and fold all of your scores when you do this. When you do it, my little crafty monsters, because I know none of you guys are folding tabs right now. I know, Tammy, isn't it cute? And then because I thought, you know, Jack Skeleton, it'll look a lot cuter. Kim, the template is on our Facebook, Paper to Masterpiece. If you want, you could go ahead and go there and get it. But we also have it on an SVG file. Thanks to my little Tammy Sexton. And speaking of the Tammy Sexton, I'm sure you guys know her, but those who don't know her, you guys should go check out her channel. It's under Tammy Sexton, and she does a lot of cool little videos and of hauls and like little projects. She does a lot of like the little 3D projects. I like those. Kind of like this. I guess this would be considered kind of like a 3D project, right? Because she's a little bulky boot. The Silhouette, that's a good machine too. I think all the machines are good. I want to get a scan and cut though. I know Tammy's going to be like, I have one. She'd be rubbing it in all the time. Okay, so let's put this little bad boy together. This is the front, and I like to start from the top part. I always still measure this. I don't know. I always do. I mean, I've been doing it for a while already. And I use this glue because I really don't like to use the hot glue for when I'm gluing these tabs, because it tends to be a little bit bulky, and it just doesn't look neat. This way right here, it's going to be basically flush down to the little, you know, it's going to be flush. It's going to look amazing. All right. So I'm just going to use my fingers to guide these little bad boys to where I want them to go. And it might be a little bit messy on the inside, depending on how much glue you guys put. But I kind of want to flush this down straight to the edge of the cut of the boot, because I want to just keep it really nice and neat. Dana, where are we being invited to? Kim, where are we going? where are we getting invited to? So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to a little bit more tabs. And then just lay them down. And then over here on this side, I'm just watching where the edge is, and I'm just pushing it up against that so it's nice and neat. Okay. Oh, you were invited here. Well, welcome, Boo Boo. I thought we were going somewhere. I was like, okay, hold on, guys. I gotta get off my live first, and then we could go. It gets a little bit tricky, guys. Once you start getting into this little curve section, and then just adding the glue. I added very little glue because it still holds really good. I haven't had a problem on any of them falling apart or coming apart. And so I add a little bit, and it actually, it's because it dries a little bit faster if you add kind of a little bit and not so much. Oh my God, look at Dana. Thank you, Boo Boo. She's inviting you all over here. The tea party's here, ladies. Welcome, ladies. Welcome. So we're making a little boot. A little witch's boot, of course. And if you're just coming in, this is my own little design. So hold this down and then fold this little bad boy in. And then I just have to hold this for a little bit because I want to make sure that it's holding on good and give it a chance to stick on. Oh, Tabitha, yes. You need to make one, Boo Boo. You need to make one. It is going to be fabulous. Fabulous. Sue, I'm very glad you came, honey. Welcome. So I did it to the edge as close as I possibly can. And then we're going to go ahead and continue. And so right here, well, then I guess I'll just do this part. So this will be the bottom part. The bottom part is basically strip number 2. It's the one that has the most scores on here. Okay. And then if you notice, there's a huge square over here. And then these are broken down into 2, like, I think these are about, I don't remember what the score was. This was a 3/8, the 1 3/8, and then the 2 3/8. This little tab right here is going to basically be these little corners. So you want to get this tab and you want to attach it to that little square tip on our boot. Oh, I better put some glue on this little guy right here too, right? And then we're going to go ahead and just glue him on here. This part's a little tricky because you have to hold both tabs down. Yes, Tabby, cut it out, Bobo. You guys better all be cutting out your boots right now. This is a group project, guys. Group project. I decided to do this live like this with this little boot as a little craft because for 2 reasons. For those of you who are just joining us, is because I have to do a few of these because I'm giving these away to my family and to some really close friends. And then, so I need to make a few. And so I said, why not, make one on camera so that you guys could see it live this way. For those of you who did see the tutorial yesterday of how to make this, and you had any questions or there was a step on that tutorial that maybe you guys didn't get because I don't know, maybe I didn't explain it right in my English. What is Dana saying? A size 10? I'm sure we could, honey. I'm sure we could make a size 10. So you're just going along the whole entire boot and gluing down your tabs. Super easy, guys. Super easy. After making a lot of treat boxes from the dies, I'm not going to mention names on dies that I've used treat boxes, but after having so many treat box dies, I kind of already got the gist of how these dies are cutting these papers and how all that stuff is. So honestly, to tell you the truth, guys, this was pretty easy to think of and to design. It really wasn't that hard, but you know, that's because I have the time in the world, so I could sit there and brainstorm. Alright, so let's glue these little bad boys. And then, if you guys did see my tutorial, oh, Grandma Joe, thank you, boo-boo. I sometimes wonder if I'm actually making sense on how I'm explaining things to you guys sometimes, because I'm like, I know what I'm talking about. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. But, I always say that, Dana. I always do. Like, even sometimes, like, when me and Miguel are playing around and stuff like that, and I always tell him, I'm like, look, I know your little pea brain couldn't have thought of it, but but my little pea brain did, so it was my idea. And so right here, this is the part. So like I said, in my little tutorial, I was explaining to you guys that this part right here, when I was making it, was a little bit bigger. If you guys, I mean, it's like, it is super tiny, like super tiny. So what I did was I just left it. Instead of kind of redoing the whole thing, I just left it. This heel, this one is the heel, and it's going to go inside here. And then we're going to work that little bad boy on there. So we're going to go ahead and put glue on all of these tabs, even the bottom, because it's all getting glued, boo-boos, all of it. Tammy, you better be catching up to this step already. And then I'm just going to go ahead and push that up against. And just glue that down. If you want to stand it up, you could stand it up. I'm going to use my bone folder. Use whatever you got, boo-boos, to get that down. This is the heel, and this is actually kind of like a little bit of the support for this shoe. So it weighs the heel down a little bit more because it has all that paper there. And then when you fill it up with goodies, it just basically stands. So it's like this one that we made, how it stands. And you know, as I was making this, guys, I know that I was saying that it's a treat box. I'll put this right here for everybody to admire. But you know, as I was making them and I was all thinking, I'm like, you know, I'm using this as a treat box. And I know, I think I mentioned this on my video, on the tutorial, but I go, you could honestly use this like a little centerpiece for like a Halloween party or like a Halloween dinner or something that you guys are making. This would be super duper cute, right? So you would just like put some cute little glittered sticks sticking out here, or branches, and then get some really nice black roses. And I mean, obviously they're going to be silk. Everything's going to be fake flowers, my little crafty monsters. Don't be trying to put water into these boots. But you could go ahead and put like silk flowers and stuff like that. And you could definitely use these as a centerpiece to one of your little parties or something like that. Or if you just want it as a little centerpiece on one of your coffee tables. Hey, you could do that. You could do that. Alright, let's glue these two little tabs down here. Alright, stop fighting me, boat. Stop fighting me. So we're going to glue these little bad boys right here. These two of them. Because then after I glue these ones right here, we're going to go ahead and cut that little lip that's extra. Get in there, little man. This one's a little bit more trickier. And I'll tell you why. Because it has all of those tabs. Every single one of these little tabs. Oh yes, Grandma Joe, a steampunk one, right? That would be amazing. Yeah, Divian. No water, boo-boo. No water. You don't want to go through all of this work and then F it all up, you know? Alright, so right here we're going to go ahead and just go along. We are going to use this construction paper right here. We're going to use that as our guide on how much we have to cut off. Because we want it to be pretty flushed to this. Right? And voila, you got a perfect flush little thing. This is how much we just cut. That's what I'm telling you guys. It wasn't even worth me trying to brainstorm it again to redo the whole measurements or how much to cut or whatever. I just said, you know what, just leave it. I'm just going to go with it. I already know. I'm going to explain to my little crafty monsters that part you're just going to have to cut it off. And we're all going to be fine. So now, like I said, this part is kind of a little bit tricky. I kind of try to fold all of my tabs really, really down so I could apply the glue. And I'm going to try to do as many as I possibly can just to get this part out of the way. Here, let me make sure that I'm centered. I just noticed that. Alright, so we're going to have these tabs down. And then we're going to go ahead and add some glue onto each of them. I'm sorry if you guys can't see at this point. But it's all just really repetitive. It's just repeat and repeat. We're just gluing these little tabs down along the edge of the boot. I want to hold these little bad boys down. Turn it around and make sure that I push it along the edge of that boot. And then you have to hold these down a little bit just so that it gets tacky and it holds and it's going to keep its shape. Little crafty monsters with little pea brains. It's because we're tiny little crafty monsters, that's why. But I'll be like, don't take our little pea brains for granted though, because we know how to use those. Like that one video. Which one was it? Which one was it, Lizzie? Because I know you called me out on it, Boo Boo. You were the only one that I think caught it. Where I was talking about, I think I was talking about my little creepy guy, right? The one that I use for Halloween all the time. We're probably going to use him in here. I think I was using him, and then I was going to say crafty monsters, but instead I called you guys little creepy monsters. And then I was like, you know what? It's Halloween. Yeah, it fits. You guys are creepy monsters for October. Then all year long, you guys will be regular little crafty monsters. I was cracking up. Yes. You know me. You know my little pea brain is always going off saying things. It has a mind of its own. Yes, Divian, I called you guys creepy monsters. I was talking about my little creepy guy, and then the next word I was going to say was my little crafty monsters, and then I go my little creepy monsters. It was a funny moment. And since I really don't edit my videos, I said I'll just keep it in there. We'll keep it in there. Crafty creepy monsters with pea brains, yeah. That is a good combo right there. That is definitely a good combo. I tell you, you never know what's going to happen in this channel. I even surprise myself sometimes. Alright, this is the last part, and she is like really fighting me. Come on, Bobo. I'm going to just add the glue right here. I think that's what I did on the last one. I was like, you are not going to win this battle. Definitely not going to win this one. Lizzie, I was cracking up myself. Like, oh my God. I tell you, sometimes I say some darn things. Hello, Crafty Beginnings. How are you, my little boo-boo? Welcome. Okay, so now time to put on the little next part. And then we could start decorating this little bad boy. Well, trying to see what we're going to decorate it with. I know I have some Jack Skellington stuff, and I know that I'm going to have to basically cut those out. So right here, I'm just going to glue all those 3 tabs. You guys are going to notice there's 3 tabs right here. I'm just going to glue those down so that it could already have that little shape. What do you mean the top layer, Tammy? What do you mean, boo-boo? The good thing about having a silhouette, guys, is that you guys could also do the SVG file. I have the Cricut the Air Explorer. Okay, so I just messed up right here. I'm not going to start on the very top. My recommendation would basically be to start on this tip. So try to glue this tip completely, and then you're going to have to pull back this little guy a little. So once you have this down, the way it's supposed to be like that, you can always pull him back a little like this to add the glue right here. And then this is the way I actually started doing it, because I found that it was a lot easier. And then like that would let me control to make sure that all these parts are aligned to the edge of this paper, just so that it's more of a neater. This part is a little bit hard though, because you guys will see right now. You're going to see me fight with this. But I'm going to win, because I always win. So, this part is hard because we're going to place this like this. And then I'm trying to squeeze this down here so that it's all flushed up and it's all like, you know, Z-perfect. And I want to kind of make sure that those tabs are kind of making contact, like complete contact with this. Because you want it to be glued down. Very good. Very, very good, my friend. Very good. Wait, hold on. 1040 sewing machine and typewriter. What are we doing with that, my love? Are we going to make a treat box out of those? That sounds so cute, though. I love vintage stuff. 1040s. My mom used to have one of those sewing machines that were like, they were all black metal on the bottom with this wood thing. And then the sewing machine would fold out. It was this big black machine. And then in the bottom she had the little pedal. I used to always sit there and act like that was the pedal to my car. Like I was driving, I'd be like, vroom, vroom. It was fun. And then she would smack me and she'd be like, don't be playing with that. Because she really did still use it. Like it worked really good. So she, you know, that was her sewing machine. So she didn't want me to break it, obviously. Jessie was always getting into stuff. My sister could tell you stories too. Oh, it's so funny. Lizzie. There's no right or wrong way. And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, wait a minute. If you blend this wrong, there is a wrong way. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be lying to you guys. You could F it up really easy. So let's not. So right here, I'm just going to pull this little guy back, and I'm going to add as much glue to as many of the tabs as I possibly can. Let's get this little bad boy done so we could decorate this. Do I want to go all the way over here? I guess I do, because I'm telling you, let's get her done. And then just push this down. And this is the part where I was telling you that my hands are kind of big, so they like... Ay, pero no también no tan grande. You know, I'm not like that big either, so I'm not gigantor. Don't get crazy, my little crafty monsters. Dana, you always need good scissors, boo-boo. Always. That is a freaking must in the craft room. Alright, let's try to put these little tabs down. You know, you're going to kind of invest a little bit, but at the end, it's all worth it. So right here, I'm going to take my bone folder and try to, whoa, not too much. Try to push this to the edge and try to push down those little tabs that have the glue, just so that it sticks onto this little bad boy. Lizzie, why do I kill you, nena? Pero por qué? Why? Because of the crap I say, huh? I'm telling you. I don't know. Jesse doesn't have no filter sometimes. Alrighty then. Let's start getting this little guy down. So this hill will basically, you won't have to worry about the tabs because it's pretty sturdy because it has a few layers. But right here where she starts to curve on the heel part, the back of the heel, that one you do have to make sure that the tabs are down and that you have it all aligned nicely. You want it aligned nicely, my little crafty monsters. And you can push these tabs in so that you get a clean little seam. Oh, damn. I like missed a lot of comments right here, guys. So Tammy, I'm right here where you said you used to do that with your grandma's sewing machine. You called it, everybody called it a gas pedal too then. See, there you go. I guess all of us little crafting monsters all were thinking the same even at that young age, huh? Alright. Alright, so we got most of this little bad boy down. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Have faith. Tammy, you should already be done with yours, love. I'm just going to go ahead and add some glue onto every single one of these little tabs. And let's close this little bad boy. And I'm going to use my fingers to hold the tabs down and also to kind of shape it. Oh, you were just trying to really sew with it, Tammy. So you were not part of our racing car. All right, I see how it is now. She's not in our racing car team, guys. Zuli! Hi! Welcome, boo-boo. We're making a little witch's boo. Well, we're attempting to right here. So I was trying to fit my little hand in there, but it was kind of pushing this one out right here. So we are not going to do that no more. She's basically done. Oh, we need to push her in here. All right, let's let her dry. Because because I think I'm moving it around too much. So I'm going to hold all these tabs down. Give it a second. Yeah, it did hurt sometimes. That pedal, it was pretty heavy. That machine was a heavy duty. Well, wait, what video are we watching, guys? I'm all just jumping in. I'll be nosy. What video are we watching? Okay. This is going to be the front of our little box. Okay. And so it's already decorated. I don't know which way I'm going to go, but let's go ahead and set this aside because I do know that I want to cut some little spider webs out of my little glittered paper. Okay, so I know that. So let me get that die. You know, with all the chatting and everything, you guys didn't even let me realize that we already are hitting our hour. Like, what is going on here? Are we continuing or are we ending it? Because usually I only go on here for an hour, you know? Make the left shoe. Girl, we can't even make the right one right now. It just took us all that time to put her together. I was just running into my little normal minor difficulties, that's why. Alright, I'll go on a little bit more and see how much I could finish. Because either way, this is the decorating part, so I mean this part could go pretty quick, I guess. Where's my little tweezers? There they are. So I always use these to poke out the stuff sometimes, because you know. This is my only spider web little die that I have, and I got this at Michael's last year. It came with like a little stamp set. So that's why you guys see me use this one all the time. Exploding box video? What are you talking about? There's an exploding box? Oh, I wish that this would like just pop out like without having to pull them. What? Someone's sticker box exploded? Oh, my sticker box on my desk. When isn't anything exploding on me? Yes, Lizzie was... I'm telling you, she always like notices it. She's always the one that calls me out on stuff. She was like, I was laughing when you like, I took out the box and when I opened it, like all the stuff exploded out there because I have a lot of it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be pulling out that box right now. También, so you guys are going to see that one. All right, so let's get this little bad boy out of here and let's get cracking on this. So like I said, I know that I want to do this a Jack Skellington theme. So we are definitely going to do that. I'm telling you guys. I don't know. I do things and I even surprise myself sometimes. People are always telling me, Jesse, you're so crazy. You're so crazy. I go, but I'm the good kind of crazy, right? Because I make you laugh. No. I could be the other kind of crazy too, boo-boos. Don't get me wrong. Because I'm a super nice guy, but don't cross me. Because then boo-boo gets mad. Then he's a bad boo-boo. Alright, so let's put this aside. And let's get my little Jack Skellington prints that I have already made because you guys have seen me pull this out before. Crafty Beginning, thank you, love. My mom was a funny woman too. She loved to make people laugh, and I think that's where I kind of get it from. When I get tongue twisted, when do I not? It's because you know what I think it is? And I've told Miguel this a million times. I think it's because my mouth is a lot faster than my little pea brain, so... or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe my mouth is too slow and my pea brain is trying to throw out all these different words. So, I don't know. When I'm shopping, what, love? What? What do I do? I get crazy, huh? Oh my God, Tammy has been out in the street with me, guys, so she could tell you. I guess I'm a nut job. So I printed these out like a while back. I had did a what was it? A planner. Oh, and the street shopping, I don't get tongue twisted. Oh no, girl, I'm too focused. I'm too focused on what I'm there to get. And as a matter of fact, like, we were so funny. We were going up and down the aisles. Like, it was fun. It was so much fun, Tammy. You got to come back so that we can do some more shopping. And this time, we will go live. We were so into the shopping that we didn't even realize. We didn't even take pictures. We didn't take videos. We didn't take anything. There's no proof that day ever happened, Tammy. Oh my God, yes, you guys do your social medias. Spread the love, guys. Alright, so I'm not going to cut all of these little bad boys. I'm going to cut probably 2 of each. I don't even know if I'll use the 2. But I do know that I kind of want to make it look pretty. Focus on Z-Jack. We'll use that for something. And then we'll cut out 2 of this little guy. And I'm using this cutter because I want the edges to be pretty straight. You know. You know. Okay, so just cut this one down. Alright. So we'll throw this back into our folder. Now this one, I hate cutting in circles. And I don't know if I'm the only one. I'm pretty sure you guys do too. But my little trick on this and what I do to a lot of my stuff that I cut, and I don't know if you guys notice I do this on my videos, but I'll get like a marker, a black marker, and I go to the edge of this. And so it just masks the fact that you didn't cut this in a perfect circle. And then obviously this is a Jack Skellington face, so I don't know if you guys could tell, but the circle itself on here is not even really straight. It's kind of like, so yeah. Sorry if I'm not reading any comments, guys. I'm cutting this and I don't want to mess up, because then we're just going to take forever here. Alright, so let's grab a black marker because we want to go ahead and run it on the edge of that. And then, ¿dónde está mi marker? What? Oh my god, this little man. Sometimes he comes into my office and he grabs like stuff and he takes them, and then I find him on his desk. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and run this like I said. I'm going to go ahead and do it to the square ones as well. This just makes it look a little bit neater, I think. And then you don't see no white edge. You know, sometimes it's little things like this that really do kind of make a big difference. What do you guys say? Oh, you guys are sharing your guys' Instagram. Very good, very good. Hopefully everybody's following Paper to Masterpiece too. Don't forget him. He's pretty awesome, I heard. Some little bird told me. Okay, so let's get these little bad boys done. So I know that I want, so the person that is going to receive this loves Jack Skellington, but she's also a lady. So I want to go ahead and still add some little flowers. I am going to show you guys some of these boots that I'm making that are for actual like guys, and they don't have any flower elements on that, but I do decorate them kind of the same. So like I said, for this one, I do know that I do want to add some, like a few little flowers onto them. And I am going to add some, whoa, calm down there, sir. Calm down. Getting a little crazy right here. So I need my little paper punches. Those little paper punches you guys saw me use on my video, which are these little bad boys right here. My Instagram is under supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Just to let you guys know. I was going to make this little bow for this little guy, but we'll see what happens. Are we still doing okay? No, we're not, guys. How did you guys move? And nobody even told me. Okay, so I think we'll be fine. Wait, what are you guys talking about? What could Jesse do? A dream catcher? I know, actually, I liked how I did those little dream catchers. And I was looking to see if I could learn how to make them, but like, kind of like how they do them with like the string and all that. But I'm not sure. Should I do it How should we do this? Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to punch out one of these little haunted houses. That's what you were going to do, Jesse. Alright, so let's get one of these little guys out. So this is mixed media paper. You guys have seen me use this one before when I do like stamping and stuff. And we are going to go ahead and use my only haunted house that I have, which is this little bad boy. This is that Lawn Fawn stamp that you guys saw me use on one of these little Halloween cards that we did. This is it. So we're going to go ahead and stamp two little haunted houses. I'm going to make it kind of like a 3D dimension. We're going to color these pretty simple too. We're going to just keep them in the gray tones, because I don't want to get too crazy. Yes, boo-boo. The little house from the card I made. As you guys can tell, I use this one a lot because this is the only haunted house that I have. So he's a little beat up. But it's okay because that's how much I love it. Deborah Adams, hey boo-boo. How are you? So I'm making one of those little boots. Remember the one I was telling you about? When we were talking in our little on Facebook? This is it. I'm just doing it live because I have quite a few to make. So I said I normally go live on Fridays when I can. So I'm like, I'm going to make it a chat and craft day. As my little beauty nerd create says. We're going to craft and chat. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp this twice because like I said, guys, I like to make these kind of look like they're almost 3D. And so we're going to go ahead and cut out one of those. Okay. Let's do this one more time just so we could get a really good crisp stamp. And then we're done with this. So I'm thinking this one will be the main house, and then we'll just cut out that one for the front of the house like we did on the... Are you guys still trying to find each other? You guys are crazy. I'm looking for a little ghost die that I had because I know I wanted to cut out some little ghosts as well. These little guys. I had these witches ones. Oh my god. See, look, these are from all of the tutorials you guys have seen that I have not put away. They are still on his desk. Yes, they are, guys. Yes, they are. So, on this one, we're going to go ahead and cut some of these little ghosts out of the vellum paper. And this is the vellum paper that I get. And I get this at whatchamacallit, the Hobby Lobbies. Do I have a smaller sheet? Sometimes I cut just little pieces and then I throw little scraps in here. No, I didn't. Alright. Let me cut this in half so it'll fit in my machine. You want these little ghosts? The Hobby Lobbies. That's the way you guys say it. The Hobby Lobbies. You guys have been saying it wrong all along. I'm just letting you guys know. You have been saying it wrong, boo-boos. Alright, so let's make some little vellum ghosts. The holographic paper? Yes, boo-boo. That is the one that I get from my little hole in the wall. Look at these little ghosts. Can you see them? You probably can't. Let's do a few more. Oh, so I got these little ghosts at AliExpress, guys. Alright. Let's put this little bad boy away. Oh my god, my office is getting so hot in here. I can't breathe. I think my air conditioner just shut off. Because we were still a little bit hot up in here. Alright, so I'm just going to cut out a little flower because I do want it to be this orange one. And I'm wondering if this skull, because we're going to be putting a skull. Let me see. We'll see right now. I think the skull would be too big. I'm going to cut him, but yeah, he's too big. We're going to have to get like a smaller skull. We have some. Don't worry, my little crafty monsters. Keep going. Keep going with the original plan. Do I want one of these? I might just use the black ones. Matthias, oh my god, he's so good. That little brat. You know, ever since I moved over here, he doesn't come to my office that much. And I tell Miguel, I go, I don't know if he just doesn't like it. I brought his chair in here. You guys remember his chair? Like, he always sat on his chair. Oh my god, this thing is fighting me. And he would always sit in here, but ever since we moved here, like, he comes in here. He'll just come to say hi, and then he leaves. Because he's so spoiled. Ooh, Mama's having some hot flashes up in here. Damn, this is the longest I've ever been filming, guys. This is insane. I've seen some people's lives too, and they're like an hour and 30 minutes, hour and 40 minutes, and I even say to myself, oh my god, how did they do that? But now I know, because that hour went by so damn quick. So I just want to grungy these up a little bit. I know they don't look very cute right now, guys, trust me, but they will eventually. Oh my god, I know, that's what it is. Feel like the cops are all up on me right here, like, whoop whoop, or how does the little siren go? Something like that. You guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I have all those lights. You guys would be hot too. That's why Mama having some hot flashes up in here. Whoo! Alright, so I need, where's my bone folder? See, there is so much going on right here. I normally don't have this much stuff on here, but I do today because I wanted everything to be in reach so that I could just hurry up and do this. So I wanted to add this little glitter skull. We're still going to add him. I'm going to cut him, but I'm going to cut him flat so that we could glue him onto some part of this this thing, this little boot. Matthias did take in his little 10 seconds of thing. He's like, I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna get in there. Alright, so let me get my markers. I'm gonna use these. My gray ones. Oh my god, Debbie, I bet it goes by pretty quick. So, we're going to go ahead and fold these little bad boys upward, like I did the other one. And then we're going to go ahead and glue it. I'm going to use some of this hot glue just so that it's a little bit quicker. I'm going to fix the flower. The flower, obviously the petals are not the way I want them to look. But we are going to fix them. So I like to push them up and then I kind of curl them. When you use the bone folder, that actually helps you a lot. But I'm pretty sure a lot of you ladies already know that. And so I'm just going to curl him like that, just to give him a little bit more of some character, a little bit more dimension. Oh, anyway, talking about that whole paper, little Lizzie. Yes, mamita, that paper, I usually get it. Let's cut him and see how he's going to look. Originally, I was going to cut him in half, like, watch, so that he would lay flat. Let's see if it's going to work, my little crafty monsters. Jesse's always cutting everything. Ay, contigo. You could never leave nothing by itself. Okay. I hate this little styrofoam stuff. Oh my god, it gets so staticky and it gets everywhere. Start coming off my fingers. Aw, thank you, Debbie. Oh, the boot that we're going to do is right here. We're going to decorate it. We already put him together. So we're going to just go ahead and start decorating him. But I was trying to see if the skull would look okay in here. I think I'm still going to go with it. That was originally what I wanted. Alright, let's go ahead and color these little bad boys because these ones are going to take up a little bit of time. So I like to keep these really, really simple. I'm just going to go ahead and color these a very light gray. I think of a haunted house, I always think about gray. And I'm not really getting too crazy about the coloring part, guys, because first of all, I'm not really good at coloring. Second of all, coloring has never been my favorite because, I mean, I just can't see this, so we'll go ahead and color however I can. Now, if you guys like to color with Copics and stuff like that, oh my god, you guys, whew, you guys would probably make this little haunted house look so, so adorable. But Jesse right here, on the other hand, he's just going to go ahead and leave this like a gray. And once I got most of all this little house covered, I'm going to go over it on the roof part with a little darker gray. And I go with my colors. I have the numbers back here. So yeah, this one will be like a darker gray. So I use the dual brush pins, the Tombow ones, Deb. These are the ones that I have always used because they're just so much easier. Like I like to watch when I do the roof because I like to use the colorless blender. And I mean, you could do it with, I guess, most of all watercolors. But I just like how this one actually looks when I color with this one. It makes it so much easier for me. And then because I already have these down by number, I already know what I'm using. So I just put down a little bit on the edge, and then I'll go ahead and pick it up with the colorless blender. I wish I could fast forward it, Bobo. I can't. No me estés gritando, nene. You just want to see how this boot is going to look. I know that. Alright. I'm trying to go as fast as I can, guys. We might... Now that I'm coloring this little house, we're going to use it. I don't care what you guys say. We are going to use this. So I'm going to go a little bit darker in the inside right here because this part's supposed to have like a little shadow because it's underneath that little porch. You know why Lizzie's saying to fast forward it? Because she's already seen this on the Halloween card video. She's like, I've already been through this step. Coloring it all the same color. Jesse is not getting into details because there's going to be so much going on in this little boot that doesn't really matter. No, you're not. You're not bad. I would have said the same thing. I'd have been, is there a fast forward button on here? Jesse would like love to do this super fast. All right. So we are done. Let's go ahead and cut this little bad boy out, put it together, and I could just slap it onto this little boot. Okay. Damn, thanks, but Honestly, my coloring sucks. I I do a lot better. Trust me, I really do. Right here, I'm just basically kind of rushing because this is kind of going over the normal time that I'm used to filming. So I just want to get this one done so you guys can see the outcome. So is everybody just chilling at home on this little Friday night? Watching Jesse craft? Yes, Debbie, the 3D. I love to do these to like a lot of my little work. It just gives it like a little extra something. I'm telling you, sometimes it's like the little tiny details that just, you know, it's just crazy. Now, normally I would have cut out these little edges right here with the X-Acto knife, but I'm not going to do that on this one. We're just going to go ahead and leave this like this. Oh my god, I can't. What do you mean, Kim? Like you just colored the paper and the whatever color you colored it, that's what the color of the house? Like, is that what you mean? So it just kind of made it a little bit 3D. All right, let's put these guys together. Now, this is not the color trim I wanted. That's my closet door, you hear. So we are going to use black on this little guy. I always like to start at the end. Well, and the back. Now we're going to do 2 rows of this because I want the eyelash trim to be pretty thick. The last boots, we just kind of added it, you know, one single little layer, but on this one I'm going to do it twice, and then I'm going to go ahead and add a sequence trim. I think I have silver if I'm not mistaken. I have to see. Or if I have like a purple, I'll totally use that one. Yeah, I did do a lace on that on the other one, but I'm not going to do a lace on this one. We're going to just go ahead and just do double the eyelash. Could you guys see everything really good? Camera's not off or anything, right? Oh my god, Mr. Eyelash. I'm trying to lay it right onto the glue. Oh, great tutorial. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you liked it. What did you say, Sue? Our little pea brains? We don't want to overdo it. Grandma Joe, what did we say we were called? We were little crafty, creepy monsters with pea brains, little pea brains, or something like that. I know. Jesse and his nicknames. Bye, Tammy. Thank you for stopping by, Bobo. Alrighty then. This is the last one, and then we're going to cut this little bad boy off. Okay. So I always like to kind of put things just to kind of see how I'm going to set it. I do want that little trim. Give me 1 second to pull that out. That's the only thing I didn't get out. So So this is the little trim that I wanted to use. The web, it's glittery. It's a glitter paper. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just gonna go ahead and glue this on here. We are running out of glue. So I'm gonna pick up this little eyelash yarn because I don't want those little eyelashes to get caught into this. And then I'm gonna go ahead and glue this little bad boy like this. So I didn't want to use a lace on this little bad boy, but I wanted to do something to kind of like give this top part a trim, so it's not just plain. So in my little pea brain, I thought eyelash yarn and the sequence trim would be amazing because it'll give it like some color. Oh, Kim Boo Boo, you better get that YouTube going. Right now is the time to get it going, Boo Boo. Don't be shy. I know a lot of YouTubers don't like showing their face and stuff. So, don't be shy, Boo Boo. Don't be shy. So let's go ahead and push this back. Alrighty then. And so we are basically done with this little bad boy. Let me just close this off. All right. Hello, Karis. Hello, doll. Haven't seen you in a while. Okay, so you could definitely do my spider web there. I definitely want a spider. I got these really cool spiders, guys. I don't know if you saw them on the little tutorial, which were these little bad boys right here, which I thought were super duper cute. So they have the sequins instead of all glitter. So these are black glitter, obviously, but they also have the little sequins. And I think that the sequence and the spider is like amazing. I really like how that one looks. And so I wanted to use that. Either use that one or we can use this color. Which one do you think would stand out more? I honestly, my eyes are going to this one. But I don't know. Oh my god, I just glanced down the comments and I saw Lizzie say it looks like those 900 nighttime calls. Oh my god. This one it is then. Okay, so then I wanted the little flowers to go kind of like right here. Kind of like on the edge. A little haunted house is basically going to be coming out this way. I'm going to have these little ghosts. These are little vellum ghosts. We're going to go ahead and place them kind of out here somewhere. The little tiny ones. Look at these little ones. Put them like right here. I mean, I don't know if the camera's really picking this up, but they look super duper cute. Obviously. And then, of course, probably do it a little bit lower because I want my Jack Skellington to look like he's the moon. And then I was going to do the little dark flowers on here. I don't know where they are. I have such a little mess going on right here, guys. Then I have all of these little sequences. I purchased these at Zihobelobes, and these are these little flat spiders. I'm gonna put quite a few, like going everywhere. I'm not picking them up with my hands because they're so staticky. And then these little guys, because I don't want to use the hot glue on this one, I'm gonna go ahead and use some E6000 to glue these little bad boys. Now, I always do this, guys. Every time I'm going to do something, like I lay it down first so I can see how it's going to look. I actually like how that looks. Now what? Red bottoms? The Louis Vuittons? Is that what we talking about, boo boo? Okay, so I think that's kind of where I'm gonna go. I need some dark flowers though. Let's see what kind of goodies we got in here. Um, what happened? Aw, thank you, Deb. So the little person that I'm doing this for, she loves Jack Skeleton, and in my office is all Jack Skeleton. Like I have Jack Skeleton everywhere in here, like all around. There's Jack Skeleton. Okay, so I think this is where I'm gonna go with this. And then let's just finish this up. So let's just glue all of this little bad boy together. And then I will be adding some little stickle stuff here and there. Oh my god. It is still so hot in here. Okay. Look at you. You always kind of put it down the way you want, and then it never really turns out that way. It's going to turn out some other way, watch. See, these little guys get stuck. So I'm going to go ahead and use just my regular glue for the spider web. Debbie, your daughter, loves Jack. Aw, thank you, Grandma Joe. Glad you like it. Baby powder girl on my hands. What won't stick onto it? The glue? Oh, the little sequin stuff. Oh, I didn't know that. One time I tried to get, you know, that anti-static little pouch. I tried to get that to basically kind of, you know, see if that would work. That didn't work. They were still getting stuck on me like crazy. So I was like, whatever. Thank you, Crafty Beginnings. Karis, you like the little crooked house? I love this house. This house, I put it on everything. Kim, well, you got to get yourself some ephemera, boo-boo. If not, you know what? Go onto Etsy store. Like, they have a lot of ephemera stuff there. And you can go ahead and find, like, nice, cute ones. And so, I mean, I would go there. Honestly, but that's just me. And because it's kind of hard. Like, you would have to probably buy like a paper pack and probably just make your own little ephemera, because you could do that too. I mean, if you have like stamps and stuff, you could definitely do that. Jesse's always doing these little freaking things, right? I didn't want the back of this flower to be so like plain, so what I'm going to do is I'm adding this little kind of like spider web looking. See, if you guys have these little spiders, you guys definitely have to use them. You can't be little hoarders, guys. You have to use their stuff. Okay, so we are going to fix this little flower once it's on here, because we have to kind of like shape up these petals once again. We don't want them to be too flat. So like that, they have more of a little dimension. just like that. And then we're going to glue this guy. Just give him a little trim. I'm going to put the glue on here, and then I'm going to allow that to kind of cool down a little bit, because if I were to just put the styrofoam little skull directly on it, I'm pretty sure it would melt it. So we're just going to let that kind of like set a little. And then go ahead and just add your little skull. It's kind of pushing that is it grabbing? Yeah. It's kind of pushing the petals down, but I mean, I guess it's okay. It made the bottom, the bottom glue melt again, so that's why that petal's moving. So we're just gonna go ahead and hold this down so that it doesn't get too messed up. Yes, Bobo, we performed surgery on this little skull. He is half the man he used to be when he first came in. Oh, little Jack. So I'm going to go ahead and put my little house like this. And on this little guy, I am going to put him on some little dimensions because I still want it to kind of be like a little higher. So we'll add some dimensions on these. These dimensions are really, really strong. So I'm not too worried about this coming off or anything like that. And I usually purchase these at the Dollar Tree or the 99.999 store. Go ahead and put that down. Right? And then I want to go ahead and put like this little Jack skeleton right in front of that little spider web. I should have put him on a foam dot, huh? Yes, guys. Why didn't you tell me? We'll let that dry. You guys all know the story about the 99.999 cent store, right? Yeah, my son used to always say that all the time. Like, he always wanted to go to the 99.999 cent store. It's because he thought he was a baller up in there. He was always able to get whatever he wanted. I'm like, yes, baby. This is the store where you don't even have to look at the price. You can have whatever you want. In small quantities, though. Yeah, he's so funny. So these little ghosts, I'm just going to glue them on their little tail. Because I don't want to glue them anywhere else. Because you know how you're going to be able to see the whole vellum thing. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue him like that. I don't know if the camera's actually picking this up, but this is super duper adorbs. It looks super cute. Like, you could totally see these little ghosts. We'll put his little tail behind this. You feel like a baller up in the 99.9 cent store. Oh, that was when my baby was cute. He's not so cute anymore. He's a little brat. You know, once they hit teenage. He's 16, girl. So, once they hit that 16, they think they're Mr. Know-It-All. I didn't have a lot of Jack Skellington stuff, honestly, to tell you the truth, like, to put on a project. I have a lot of Jack Skellington stuff here in my room, but not like paper stuff, paper goods to put on projects. I'm going to have to start kind of stocking up on that. I didn't even think about that until Miguel was like, oh, well, you should do like a Jack Skellington thing for her because she, you know, she loves Jack Skellington. And I was like, oh my God, you're right. I should. And then I'm going to go live and show everybody. I want these blood burgundy red flowers. Pero mira que tan cute. Because she loves roses. So that's why I'm throwing in those little roses. Not to mention, I do like using these little bad boys. Alright, so we're almost done, guys. We're just going to be adding these little flowers on this little bad boy. And we are going to call it a night. Wait, what am I missing, guys? What do y'all say? I'm missing out on the whole conversation. I'm over here trying to finish this little guy. These little roses remind me of like the colors I'm using. They remind me of like the Dia de los Muertos. Alright, so on the next step right here, we have to use some E6000 for these little bad boys because I don't want to use a hot glue for these little sequin spiders. Right? I think that's a little too much. Let's put these little spiders on here. Aw, I'm glad you liked it, Bobo. Just add my little spiders. I'm gonna go crazy with these little spiders. I went above and beyond. Aw, thank you, Bobo. My little Lizzie. I didn't have baby powder on hand, BFF, but they still are getting stuck all over. I'll have to get that so I could have that in the craft room and try that out. Because I'm telling you, I hate the fact that that not just these little spider sequences, but a lot of the sequences, they all are so staticky. And they get so stuck on you, like, that's crazy. Aw, Karis, thank you, Boo-Boo. Thank you. I know, I am, like, so grateful that my channel's been growing, like, so fast. It's been growing pretty rapidly lately, and, I mean, I'm so glad and so happy and grateful to everybody and all my new subscribers and stuff. I have so many people who are like, oh my god, I can't believe I didn't find you before. And I'm like, the good thing is that you found me now, so that's all that counts. But yeah, I've been blessed. I've been blessed with all of you guys. This cute little family has been growing and growing, and it's amazing. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of like try to curve these up a little bit more, just so that they're not so flat. I feel like this little flower is a little flat, but it's because it has that big old badonky donk head in the middle. Alright, so I think that's it. Oh, we didn't even do the little shoelace part, huh? Damn it. Jesse is so behind right now. Okay, so we're just gonna call this video a day because it's already at a 2 hour. Oh my god, he moved. He's walking. Get back right there. So this is the little finished product. I hope you guys enjoyed this video because I enjoyed videotaping this and hanging out with you guys. Thank you so much for taking your time on this Friday night to come in and join me and craft with me. It was a lot of fun. I really liked doing this. Normally we just come out here and we talk about topics and stuff like that, but yeah, this was fun. This was really fun. So I'm thinking that we are going to have a lot more little craft and chats pretty soon. Obviously we'll do a little bit more crafts that are not going to take so much time like this one, but I definitely wanted to do this because, like I said, guys, for those of you who saw the tutorial yesterday and you had probably questions on a certain step or something on that video, this was a place where you guys would be able to come and ask a question or whatever, and you know, and interact with me, and we could go ahead and go through the steps together. So I hope you guys do try out this little project right here, guys, because it's so much fun and it's super adorable. Like I said, guys, use it as a treat bag, treat box, or use it as a centerpiece, or maybe a little flower vase for a centerpiece. Of course, silk flowers, guys, don't use real flowers. It's not water resistant. And that's it for now, my little crafty monsters. You guys have an amazing night and have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you guys Monday. Goodbye for now.